Hello everyone, JagTagger93 here with a review of the 9-map quad pack called the House of Portals. It's a 9-level map pack made back in August 2000 by Wim Vanrie. It's a really impressive effort and stands up well today for a lot of reasons. First of all, it features some excellent texture work. For example, along with the furniture that actually looks like real furniture in this pack, early in the WAD you'll notice how a lot of the doors open differently than usual. They open like actual doors on a hinge. There's even a pool early in the WAD pack that a player can actually submerge themselves in. I was hoping that this neat underwater effect would be a tease for what was to come, but unfortunately, this is the only underwater area in the entire pack. Some players may be a little turned off at how enemies will regularly spawn without warning next to the player. And while this normally would bug me as well, it was never done in a way that felt unfair, as I always had enough ammo and enough room to dodge and counterattack. The author wanted to establish a creepy and unsettling tone with this map pack, and having enemies ambush the player in this way definitely means that one must constantly keep alert and attentive. Perhaps most impressive about this pack is how it progresses through the use of a hub section. This is something you don't regularly see in WADs, even today, and sometimes when they are used, the execution can be a bit messy and result in a confusing experience for the player, complete with a lot of boring backtracking and wall knocking. That's not the case here though, thankfully. These maps keep the action confined to small corridors and give the player plenty of cues and signals with lighting, enemies, and weapon placement as to where they're supposed to go next. There really was only one area where I felt stuck, and that was early due to some barely visible switches. Once I figured out where they were, I had little problem finding my way through the rest of the map pack actually. In this WAD pack, there are 4 different worlds, each with their own distinct look, connected by a main house-style hub. They're called Phantomuzzo, Cavera, Demoka, and the only one I could actually pronounce appropriately, Homophobia. Yeah, Homophobia. It should be noted here that English is not the author's first language, as he states in the README file. So, heck if I know why he thought Homophobia was a good name for a base-style map full of undead soldiers. My favorite of the 4 worlds that you can travel to was Phantomuzzo, or Phantomuzzo, however you pronounce it. It sports a very nice and ominous-looking chapel structure, and some very ominous-looking tombs and even a graveyard. The progression of completing different worlds through the hub creates a building sense of anticipation, and the ending really does not disappoint. The House of Portals should take an experienced player about an hour to complete on Hurt Me Plenty. The secrets are very well hidden, and them, along with the increased challenge in ultraviolence, adds a bit of replayability to this map pack. The only real problems with this map lay in its minor nitpicks about enemies and enemy placement. There are some encounters that are almost too easy because enemies are placed in areas where they're hardly a threat to the player. Also, for some odd reason, whenever an SS officer goes into their firing animation, their sprites will change into an imp. Lastly, there is a substantial story behind this map pack in the README file, but it was a bit of a chore to read as, again, the author's first language is not English. Heck, according to the README file, English isn't even his second language, but his third language. So I give him a lot of credit for trying to put a narrative together in English for all of us to read. Well, all of us to speak English, that is. Overall, the House of Portals is an amazing map pack for 2000 and holds up really well today in 2017. I give it a well-earned 8 out of 10, and I recommend it for all players, experienced or new. And that is it. Thank you, everyone. JagTagger93 out.